Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who do not know me, my name is Sire Ibram, and I trade stock options every single day. So the purpose of this video today is simply a brief recap of one of the trades I took today, which I turned $1,400 into a little over $10,000 just within a couple of hours of trading. Um, my goal with trading is to be as simple yet effective at the same time. And hopefully throughout this video, it'll help you do the same. If you learn something new throughout this video, make sure you leave a comment. If you like something, make sure you leave a comment on that and so forth. So to get right into it, I'm simply going to be breaking down how I traded QQQ today. All right. So before market opened, we had CPI data, right? So that came out and that was negative news. So therefore that ended up dropping the market, by quite a few dollars. So let's see. So yeah, there's about $7.50 gap this morning. So as the market tanks, you have to understand where you should be looking to enter the market because you should never enter blindly. You should always enter smartly. Okay. So the way I like to trade is simply based on supply, demand, liquidity, and some other things, but I'm not going to dive too deep into it. So the first thing I did this morning is went on a higher time frame, and the higher time frame shows you how price action is looking over the grand, kind of like the grand scheme of things, like the overall picture of price action. So if we see the low that we create is all the way down here at about 254.96, and let's just make it easy and let's just call it 255. If we scroll all the way back to when the last time price was around that level, we can see we have a what? And I want you guys to comment what this is. So this is going to be the first interactive question. All right, so this box right here is going to be our what level. Okay, and I'm not gonna give you the answer. I want you to tell me. All right, so we have this level down here, impulse move up, candle before, that leaves our blank level. So if we scroll that all the way over to the right, we can see that price is within that range, okay? And this is a good thing, right? Because we simply want to enter the market at the bottom when we're playing calls, and all that is when we play price moving to the upside, and we want to enter the market at the top when we are looking to play puts for downside movement, all right? So if we were just to illustrate that, we have price going up like this, price falling down like that, and come up again. Where we want to take calls is at the bottom of the market. So down here, down here. And where we want to look to take puts is up here. So everything in between should be our profit, right? And it's essentially, that is what we're aiming for with almost every single trade we took. So with this trade, I called it live in the chat. If you are not a part of that, is Cash Capital Investment Group. So if we see here on a daily time frame, QQQ is in our demand level, and there you go, I just gave you the answer. And if we go down to a smaller time frame to find our most precise entry, so we use the smaller time frames to find the most precise entry, okay? Because we want to save as much money and make as much money as possible. All right, so if we entered the market right here versus right here, the difference between that is profit, right? That's a $2.80 move that we just missed out on. And with options, that could be an extra 50%, 60%, 70%, or so forth. So I believe I entered this trade, or at least I called it on a 30-second time frame. So if we go down and we see prices in this daily demand, let's get rid of this. So simply just have to keep on doing the same thing here, okay? Impulse move up, candle before, this is our demand level. All right, right there. So that is our POI, point of interest. That is where we want to look to enter the market potentially, okay? So we know for sure the low of the day is right here at the bottom of that. So if that low of the day gets taken out, we're going to exit the trade. This is going to be where our stop loss is. So simply on this trade, we are risking this whole zone. So that's about a 45-cent move on the stock, which we equate that to the options premium and the way that moves. That could be anywhere between 1 to 8% just per se. All right, so we're risking very little to make a lot. So when I call this trade live, it was somewhere either around here, and our stop loss is at the bottom. And what do we see? Price never comes back down to test our stop loss. So that is a good sign. So as price moves up, it's going to go up, pull back, go up, pull back, go up, pull back. Nothing is going to move in a linear line or just a straight direction. So for example, no stock is going to go straight up like this forever. No stock is going to go straight down like this forever. You also have to take into consideration there's going to be pullbacks in the market, right? Because other people need to get into the market to keep pushing it higher and higher and higher. So as this play ran out throughout the rest of the day, you can see here, this was a very great trade, right? So essentially, overall, let's see, this was almost a $15 move to the upside. And total on this, I believe the highest percentage was about like a little over 900% on this trade right here. If you took it from my entry and held it to the very top. So a lot of people may have questions about how do I know if I should hold a trade, longer, if I should exit the trade. That is all about, one, your risk management skills. And secondly, where you look to either buy more or just simply exit. So the way I like to view things is when we pull back and move higher, we're looking at different demand levels, all right? So for example, we pulled up, we pulled back, pulled up, pulled back. So as that happened, we created another demand zone right there. So if price invalidated this demand, then we would look to potentially exit this trade. And we can see price respected it. So therefore, there's no reason for us to exit this trade. So for example, let's say right here, you're up 60%, which we were in the chat. I alerted up 65%. I'm going to take an exit on this trade. All right. So as this demand level was being respected, what I did is I simply just switched my position, sold my initial position, and I ended up buying higher strike price options, and then just held those all the way out because they were a lot cheaper compared to the options, the strike prices that I bought down here. So then you can see here, simply, it just was a clean shot to the upside. This is, one of those trades where, we all wish we can have. It doesn't happen every day, but that is why you always have to be prepared. So when opportunities are presented, you know how to, effectively work within that situation. So from this pullback to the top, that's still $12.31 move to the upside. So with this trade, I bought, let me see. So my initial position, let's see, 12,120. So total, I put in $1,440 in this trade. And then I ended up profiting, let me see, $10,452, right? So that is a pretty decent size return on this trade right here. And all it takes is one trade a day. You don't have to, try to trade 10 different stocks in a day. If you can get one good quality setup, that's all you have to take, and you can simply be done. Like with this one trade I took today, after that, it was over with. I was finished, went on about my day. So if you guys have learned something throughout this video, please tell me in the comments. I always love doing these breakdowns for you because a lot of people learn from it and therefore can replicate what I do for themselves. Let's see, I hope everyone has a good rest of your day as you're watching this. And if you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram at Sire Abram, SIREABRAM, or, feel free just to leave a comment. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will catch you guys next time.